There's a strange pressure online to constantly prove you exist. Post your face, post your life, post your happiness. And if you don't, people start assuming things. You're too private. You must be insecure. Why are you hiding? But some people scroll silently, watching everyone reveal themselves constantly, while feeling absolutely no desire to do the same. And maybe you wondered why. Why do some people feel uncomfortable sharing their photos online? Why does posting yourself publicly feel emotionally exhausting instead of exciting? If that feels familiar, this isn't random. It's psychological. Imagine this. You take a photo you actually like. Good lighting, good moment. You even think about posting it briefly. But then something changes internally. Suddenly your mind starts overthinking everything. Who will see it? What will they think? Does this even feel genuine? And within minutes, the desire disappears completely. Not because you hate yourself, because something about public visibility feels emotionally uncomfortable. Pause for a second. Think about the last time you almost posted a photo, but didn't. What stopped you? Judgment? Exhaustion? Privacy? Or something harder to explain? That feeling matters deeply, because people who avoid posting themselves often experience attention differently. For some people, being seen publicly feels energizing. For others, it feels emotionally exposing, not physically dangerous. Emotionally vulnerable and emotionally reflective people feel that vulnerability intensely. People who rarely post their photos often have strong internal identities already. They don't rely heavily on external validation to confirm their self-worth, not because they're better than others, because their sense of identity exists more privately, internally, quietly, without needing constant visibility. And honestly, some people simply prefer experiencing moments instead of presenting them. Real life looks like this: taking photos, but never uploading them, keeping meaningful memories private, feeling uncomfortable when attention stays on you too long, posting rarely, then deleting posts afterward, and sometimes feeling strangely disconnected from the idea of turning your life into content. But there's another hidden layer here. Many emotionally sensitive people experience social media as performance subconsciously, not connection, performance. They notice how curated everything feels, how people present polished versions of themselves, filtered emotions, filtered happiness, filtered identity. And after a while, participating starts feeling emotionally draining, because deep people usually crave authenticity, not performance. Pause again. Have you ever avoided posting something because it suddenly stopped feeling real internally? That feeling explains more than most people realize, because some people emotionally disconnect the moment something becomes performative, even happiness, even success, even beauty. And that's why posting photos can feel strangely uncomfortable to them, not because they dislike themselves, because they dislike feeling observed constantly. But here's where people misunderstand them. Not posting yourself online doesn't automatically mean insecurity. Sometimes it reflects emotional privacy. Some people protect their inner world carefully. They don't feel comfortable giving strangers constant access to their life, their emotions, their face, their personal moments. And honestly, emotionally private people often feel safer staying partially unseen, because visibility invites judgment, comparison, expectation, and sensitive minds absorb that deeply. Here's something interesting. People who rarely post themselves are often highly observant of others instead. They notice emotional patterns online quickly. Who posts for validation? who post from loneliness, who post from genuine joy. And once someone becomes highly aware of social behavior psychologically, they sometimes pull away from it naturally, not out of superiority, out of emotional exhaustion. Real life starts feeling more meaningful than documenting it constantly. And eventually, privacy begins feeling peaceful. But there's also sadness hidden here sometimes. Some people stop posting themselves because they stop feeling emotionally safe being seen. Past judgment, criticism, rejection, comparison, all of it slowly teaches someone to shrink their visibility quietly. And over time, silence online becomes emotional protection, not preference. Protection. That's why this psychology isn't always simple, because some people avoid visibility peacefully, others avoid it painfully, and sometimes even they don't fully know the difference. But here's the twist most people never realize. People who don't post themselves often still want connection deeply. They still want understanding, recognition, love. They just don't want to turn themselves into something constantly consumed online. Because for emotionally reflective people, privacy can feel more intimate than visibility, more real, more emotionally safe. So if you're someone who rarely posts photos online, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not antisocial. You're not boring. And you're definitely not invisible. Your mind may simply value presence more than presentation, depth more than attention, privacy more than performance. And maybe that doesn't make you disconnected from the world. Maybe it means you experience connection differently, quietly, personally, authentically, because at the end of the day, not everyone wants to be constantly seen. Some people just want to be genuinely understood.